So a quick recap of what we did in part 1. We took a file folder. Actually, we took 2 file folders. We cut them to 11 inches. I actually went ahead and started by cutting this little lip right here off of mine, which then the opposite end of the tab down here is where I cut it to be 11 inches, okay? So it's about 1/4 of an inch off of each end, okay? Depending on how much, you take off for your lip there. Then I figured out which one I wanted for my front, okay, where I wanted this tab here. And it could be at the top, it could be at the bottom, the one in the middle, it's up to you. And you open the file folder, okay, and I cut the other side 4.5 inches out from this first line here. Now this one is the factory fold, the other one is the factory score, okay. We're using the outer 2 on this, the factory fold and the one furthest away from it. And then it's 4.5 inches. And we made us some gussets, okay, and we gusseted it together. And that is how the 2 sides are attached, okay? And that is front cover, a middle pocket, and the back cover. All right, if you have inking and rounding corners and everything, with the exception of some tiny pieces, this is all the scrap we have left right now. And of course, I have a couple pieces up here of the gusset parts, which we'll need quite a few of those, by the way. The next thing we're going to do is part 2, and that's going to be making the double hinge. Now, I haven't made one of these yet, other than on paper, so you'll have to forgive me if this doesn't work out at first, but we'll figure it out. Well, what we're going to need is a new file folder. First thing we're going to do is cut this guy down to 11 inches. All right, now it's ready to use. Okay. So for this one, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the 2 pieces apart. I'm just going to go by about 1 inch here, and I'm going to save the folded. Okay. All right, now this I'm going to cut it down to 2 3x11s. Okay, or what we could do, hang on a second, I lost my scoring tool. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to score these 3-inch pieces, and I think we're going to go ahead and score them before we cut them out. And we're going to have to score at 3/4. No, wait. I changed it. Then at 1 inch. And then at 1.5. 1 3/4. 2 1/4. 2 3/4. And then cut at 3 1/4. Okay. To the side, you're going to need another one the same way. Line it up. We're going to score it at 1/2. 1. 1.5. 1 3/4. With 1 3/4. 2 1/4. 2 3/4. And then cut at 3 1/4. Oh yeah. Try not to slide off. Okay. All right. Then what we're going to do is, this is the first little part. We're going to fold it towards up. Okay. Then we're going to fold back. Okay. And then that's our first hinge. The next, the little 1/4 spot is a space. Okay. And then we're going to fold our second hinge up and then back. Oops. So you have a flat area, then you have a hinge, then you have another flat area, and then a hinge. Okay, I'm going to burnish these. I'm going to apply tape to the inside of those 1/2 inches. Okay, make sure that your 1/4 inch is up at the highest point when you apply your tape or glue. Get these things inked and ready to go. Let's see. Go ahead and start with the 2 hinges. Might be easier to fold. Let's see. Hinge number 1. Flat area that goes against the book. The flat area goes against the book. Second hinge. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then that's that. Okay, like I said, apply your tape or your glue to the inside. Get this inked up if you want to do your corners that you're going to be seeing. Well, I say that you'll be seeing. You can always cover them with decorative paper. And then we'll get these attached to our album. I'm going to have to trim this little thing up here. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't. Oh yeah, let's keep moving everything around here. Okay. Alright. I'll be back when these are done. Okay, so here are our 2 hinges all inked up. Okay, and the flat side looks like that. And then our inked up 2 hinges and 2 pieces to attach. And what we're going to do is bring one of these, attach it just to the other side of our little our middle pocket section. Okay, make sure that you just barely nip that line right there. And the other one is going to go back here, right about the same spot. Okay, can either glue or tape. I seem to be doing okay with tape all of a sudden, so that's what I'm going to be using. Oops. Try not to bend your pieces. Okay. All right. Get started. All right. And then the other piece. Oh, is it why I don't like tape? Fighting with that. All right. Okay, okay. Okay, and then we'll repeat that on the other side. All right. Put that one. And that one. Okay. There we have it. You can look from the side, or I should say from the end. Alright, and then I'll be back with part 3. And don't forget, if you have this scrap, hang on to it along with your other ones, because we're going to find places for everything and everything in a place. Okay, guys. I'll be back with part 3 eventually. And this here on the back, don't worry about it being flimsy, because when you would put the decorative papers on there, it's going to stiffen right up. So don't worry too much if you think it's a little flimsy. If it's really way too flimsy for you, take one of your pieces and go ahead and attach it to, cut it to size and attach it. And then we're going to go ahead and be putting more paper on it. So, but yeah, so far so good, right? Okay, let's get these in the direction they need to go. Try not to do like I just did, put a big old dent in your folder. Make sure everything. All right, back in a bit.